going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and
There she is.
there she is. Okay, so with that, male, female, male. Is there a couple that passed?
There's a couple.
Passed.
There is a couple, but they're not related to me. I was close to her.
That's okay. Nope, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Hang on. You raised her. Was she with you as a young kid?
No.
I don't know why they're talking about that. Hang on. Who is that? Who's on the mother's side? Your mother's mom is passed, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. God, they're tough people. The mother's father's passed, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's probably who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Why do I feel like they've been passed for quite some time?
Oh, they have. Yes.
Cool. Before. Okay, cool.
Yeah, before I even was able to meet them. Yes.
Cool. Awesome sauce. Because I'm asking them. I'm like, what do you know about her? Like, where were you at with her? Like, how does this work? And they're just talking about watching you grow up, being with you. But there's not.
Yeah, we only talked on the phone until the end. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. Oh, so you were still a kid at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Because she says she was told to say, I love you. She was told to say, I love you. Hang on. I mean, you did, but it's more like.
Yeah, as a kid, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Like you have my 7-year-old and I'm like, tell grandma you love her.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I love you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Come on. Who's the male you want to connect with?
My brother.
Cool. Awesome sauce. Okay. Hang on. Wow. Okay. Does he have a double syllable name? Like Kevin or something like that? Not saying it's that, but is it a double syllable?
No.
Because there's a James and there's a Kevin.
James.
Who's James?
James.
Oh, is that his name?
That's his name.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm terrible with names, and so
Yes.
I get it. There's a Kevin talking, and there's a James talking, and that's why I'm like, who?
Yeah. I don't know Kevin, but I know James. Yes.
Okay, cool. James. Oh my God, that's so weird. Okay, sorry, I forgot with names because it's like a random name pops in my head.
Yeah, you got that one. Yep.
Cool. Okay, hang on. Okay, so I'm going to vibe for a second. Can you bring James forward? So for about 20 seconds.
Yes.
Can you just think of the best memory you had with him, the worst memory you had with him, and the last memory you had with him?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm going to bring him forward. He feels sketchy, not in a bad way, but like in my way. So breathe and let's go into it, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. And then I'll come back on and talk. Hang on. Why are you not letting me through, dude? Okay. So with him, welcome back with James. He's a very frantic. He's a very calm guy. So I don't know why there's that. Hang on. Did we never get to say goodbye to him?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay. Because he says, it's like nervousness, franticism about you. It's like, not saying you feel it, but he's like, oh my God, she's here. We're here. We get to talk. This is it. And then she's saying, we never got to say goodbye. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Hang on. Why would he say I'm sorry to you?
Because he OD'd.
Cool. Okay, perfect. Because that's why he comes through so quickly. Okay. Because he says, I never got to say to my sister, I'm sorry. He said he had been a big disappointment to all of them. Hang on. Was he older than you?
No. He was my little brother.
Really? Why is he talking about going off on his own then and like trying to forge his own way and like being subjugated to his mom? Was he with mom a lot?
Oh, mom and him were attached at the hip. Yes.
Okay, cool. Because he's almost talking about like, so he shows me like a cow, like a calf at a cow's teat. Like that's it.
Yes.
He's talking about always being with mom. Like I couldn't do anything wrong with mom. Like
No,
everything was.
No matter what. Yes.
Okay. Job. He got a job though. He said he got a job. He said I quit it. I said okay. He lived at home. Did he live at home with mom for a while?
They always lived together. Always.
Perfect. Because he's talking about that. He's talking about lived at home with mom. It's very quick. Hang on. Heroin addiction. Was he addicted to heroin? Or was it an opioid that killed us?
I don't know about drugs.
Okay. Gotcha.
His wife, she got a hold of some fentanyl.
It's an opioid. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Okay. Sorry. Because he's talking about, he makes me go, so opioids are different than crack, different than meth, different than cocaine, different than synthetic. They make me go, oh. And like, it's like this big euphoria and then this relief. And so that's why I'm like, it's opioid. I can feel it.
Okay.
Did they have a kid though?
They had 4.
Perfect. Are you talking about the kids? Has she almost died too?
She did like 3 months after.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because he's talking about
the same exact way. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Perfect. They're not together because he talks about her going like falling into it. Okay. Cool. Hang on. Wow, it went straight to his brain. He literally died on spot. Hang on. Are the kids separated?
No.
Who's the female that has them?
Me.
Oh. Okay. Hang on. Were they like younger than 8?
They started out at 2. I've had them. It was 2, 3, 5, and 6.
Perfect. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm asking, I'm like, how old were they? I'm like, are they teenagers? Are they pissed off at you? And he's talking about them being very confused about why they passed. And that's why I'm like, are they younger than 8? Because my son is 7 and he's still like, why did your dad pass? I'm like, well, he passed the cancer. I don't know what that means,
Yeah. No, I have shielded them from everything.
I'm glad you did. Hang on. He said when you found them, they were in rags. Was that a whole thing? Were they okay?
When she brought them to me, it was the day school got out. Two of them had no clothes on, and two of them had no shoes. And I started from the very beginning, taking care of them.
My poor mommy. Oh my God, that's what he's talking about. He's saying they didn't have anything. Now he is he'd been on drugs for so long though. Because he's talking about
Off and on his whole life, yeah.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, mother, because me personally, I'm pissed. So now I'm getting myself involved. And I'm like, why the fuck did you not have this? He was like, I just didn't care. It just didn't matter to me.
It was really hard for him because he would get off and get clean and she would bring more into the house.
Correct. He goes, he's talking about they would have love together. Like it was something that made them feel close. Because other than that, it was like they were pissed off and like whatever, fuck it with each other all the time. It's very.
Yeah. He had his bags packed and was ready to take the kids. I can't hear you.
Sorry, my cat hit the space. He's drunk. I do apologize for all of this.
That's okay.
He's talking about. Did she have another man on the side? Because he's talking about having her talking.
They had an open marriage.
Okay, because he's very. Like it's almost like okay, I'm just gonna play it through you what it feels like in my head. It's like, I love her, man. Fuck, I love her, man. He does it better than me. He doesn't he?
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking creep. Oh God, he's with my kids. Like, why is he with my kids? Why does she bring them around? Sits there most. That was supposed to be my girl. That was supposed to be my girl with me. Like it's so toxic. Hang on.
Yeah.
Bring the nurse. Are you a nurse?
No.
Why are you taking care of so many people besides the kids?
It's what I was to do. I've taken care of people my whole life.
Perfect. Okay, because it's almost like you take care of them, make sure they're fine, like make sure their life is okay, like
that's
about.
Me. Okay. That's me.
Okay, cool. He's talking about, oh, she's like a nurse. She's like a nurse. I'm like, is she a nurse? I'm like, I don't feel like we have like an LVN. Not that going to school for 6 years and spending $80,000 on nothing. Honestly, at this point with where I'm at in my life, I look back and I'm like, people that got their PhD, yes, they know a lot of stuff, but you can get everything from YouTube and online, and I don't have to spend $90,000.
Yes.
Yeah, I can tell you that. Hang on. Wait, okay, so you're married currently?
Yeah.
Cool. Hang on. Are y'all? Does he sleep in another? Why is he gone? Why is he out of the sorts constantly back and forth? Why is he gone?
He just retired from being a truck driver.
That's the
truck driver. Yes.
He also has a lot of pain though in his body. He has a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you have a lot of pain. You deal with it differently. He has a lot of pain, and he just kind of like.
Yeah, I tell him he's old, so yeah.
He is. He feels like he's about 80. He feels like he's about 80. Hang on. Wow. Why would he? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm channeling into him and what happened, and then I'm going into her. Who was talking about decay? Who did they find a lot later than the other one? Like one was sitting there for a long time.
Oh, that was June. Yeah, that was James.
Perfect. Okay.
They found him. Well, they partied all night long, and he was on the couch gurgling, and she was like, the oldest son saw everything, and she was smacking him, and They called the ambulance. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't resuscitate him or anything. Took him to the hospital. He died there. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because he's talking about being there. He's talking about like, it's not even eyes staring. It's just where the minutes are ticking by into hours.
Yeah. Well, it was, his son, James,
Yeah.
When they give the adrenaline and stuff, then his body would move. And so they thought, everything's okay, but it just wasn't.
He said it started my breathing back. It started his breathing back.
They did that twice and then took him to the hospital. And I got the phone call saying, Joy, he's gone.
I'm sorry, Joy.
At the time, it was hard.
Yeah, it
I
was.
talked to him every day.
I know that was hang on. He says you walked him through a bunch of shit. He's like the grungier version of you. I really liked him. But he was so, God, he could be a fucking inventor.
He was brilliant. Yes.
That's what he's talking about. He said if I put my mind to it.
Yeah.
Hold on. He said I had dreams of science. I was a little boy. He's like, I would. Hang on. He's talking about looking up after you. Sorry, like looking. Hold on. Were you almost married beforehand? This is your first marriage, correct?
No, this is my second marriage.
Okay, cool. Because he's talking about the first marriage. He's talking about I stepped up for the first marriage because he's talking about how he's an asshole. So I'm like, what is this? Hang on. He says, we got through this.
Yes, we did. And then he tried to protect me afterwards.
Okay. But he's so adamant about it. Hang on. And he says, I know you didn't like her. Did you not like the female at all? Really?
We weren't really friends.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. Hang on.
And she's still doing the same thing. That's just, after all these years, she's still doing the same thing.
I know. She's being a fucking ass. Hang on. Get him for another year of school without me. Is the last one about to start school?
The last kid, they've been with me for 12 years.
Perfect. Okay.
So Jacob is about to turn 15.
Okay. So are we about to go into high school or are we on our sophomore?
He just started this year, high school.
Okay, perfect. Because he's talking about just going into it. Hang on. You have a really good relationship with God. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. I didn't grow up in the church.
I know it doesn't matter. Church is
not at all. Did not. It was down the road. We went as kids. And just one day, I always prayed. I always knew he was there. And I just said, okay, look, God, I'll go to church if happened. And so I've gone to church ever since. And then since all this Corona stuff, then everything was online. And I was like, it's so not feeding my soul.
No, because you're not connected all the way through.
Exactly. And I just found, now I go to a Methodist church and I absolutely love it. It is so, it fills my soul.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about going Catholic, but around here you have to be in a clique.
I know. Well, that's the whole thing. So that's all based in humanity. But it's all soul bound. But he literally says, I haven't heard this. Go through all of my sessions online and I can tell you, he says she has a really good relationship with God. And it's like you respect it. Now, I will tell you from being a medium, God is you and you are God. And there's a higher power that denotes from both of us and we go back towards it. So you are in essence God, but not the full thing. But where your faith and where your belief system is, like, it drives you. And I don't want ever, I don't want you to ever take away from that. And it doesn't matter what denomination. It doesn't matter if you go Pentecostal to Methodist to non-denominational to all the way to Judaism. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's just
That's how I feel. But my husband now, who is like smart, brilliant, he really is a brilliant man.
he is brilliant, but he's physical.
He's studied so many different that
Uh-huh.
if I say something about one, then he has, he's like 66. He has something to say about it, and
I know. Now you also have to remember that everything. I'm very book smart. I mean, I got my master's in
Yes.
in computer science and everything like
Yes.
that. Everything that we acknowledge as being fact as a human is only really a theory. It's what we believe in. Nothing truly is a fact. I mean, we thought
That's how I believe. Yes.
correct.
And so I just, I have to just back away from it
You
because
do. No, you say I accept that you believe this, and I still love you, and I move forward with my own beliefs because I am an actor in my own life.
yes,
I respect who you are and what you believe in. I love you. Now it's at the point when other people start trying to impose their ideas and their beliefs as to you being true. That's different.
Yeah.
That's where we have to back away. But they are an actor in their own world, and that is what they believe to be their reality. And we need to leave them there until it changes for them, because that's not who we are.
yeah,
And you are so pure, and I love you. And your brother is around you. He's getting there. He's getting there. He's not 110%. He does. He says, fuck. He goes, she did so much more for them than I ever could. He goes, she did so much more. Shit. Do they have scholarships and shit?
Oh, yeah, they're all brilliant, believe it or not.
Perfect. That's what he says. He goes, they have all scholarships and shit.
Oh, yeah.
James
was just accepted to the local college here, and he'll be working with one of the head guys when he goes to college there.
Really?
And, oh yeah, and Julian, and I mean, they just all fall in line.
They do. They
really take after their brother. I mean, their father, pardon me. I watch them and I see Jim. I remember when the last two were born and Jim's like, oh no, those ain't my kids. And it's like, dude, because they had an open marriage.
Yeah.
And I look at those boys every day of my life and I see him. It's just every day I see him.
Correct. And he's talking about now, he's saying, they had an open marriage, but she was always very loyal to him.
Yeah.
And he's saying that could never happen. So it's almost like how to get pregnant, that type of thing. Like, I was very loyal to him. It would happen for fun, but it wouldn't happen for conception.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So everything is very loyal to him. Hang on. Oh, he said it. He never got anybody else pregnant. He never got anybody.
He never did.
That's what he's talking about. I said, how many other kids do you have? Like, where are they at, dude? And he was like, I couldn't do it. So it's almost like a vice versa, back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah.
But they had a love-hate relationship.
Yes, they did.
But they are cool. They're cool. So in closing right now, I love your brother. I think he's a magnificent human being. I do feel like he fucked up. He took it, but he didn't want to end his life. It's not.
No, he didn't. It was an accident. He would have never left his kids if he'd have known it.
Correct. That's why I'm like, it's not a suicide.
Not.
No. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to tell him thank you for coming through. He said it's going to be so hard to let all those kids go as if they were your own. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Can you watch out for your husband's heart later on? Can you watch out for that? For his heart issues?
Is this about the end of our session?
Mm-hmm.
I did for an hour.
Can you? I know we're gonna keep going. Can you watch out for?
Oh, I didn't know Joseph had. Okay, he's been back and forth to the VA because they saw spots on his lungs,
Yeah.
but never heart problems. So I don't know.
Hang on. Hang on. Hmm. Contaminated fluid. What is that shit? Hang on. Hold on. Why are we having an episode though? Why are we having an episode? Why are we having an episode? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Was he in the Navy?
Yes, yes, he
Cool.
was.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm asking. If you hear me pause for a second, I'm like, they're showing me blue. And I'm like, it's not Air Force blue.
Yeah.
Blue also means water. And I'm like, okay, is it Marines? And they're like, no, it's not green like that. I'm like, okay. And they show me a ship. I'm like, all right, so who's on this? And then they like narrow it down for me. I'm like, okay, hang on. What are the pockets though? What are the pockets of pus? Hang on.
They don't know.
Okay. They fluid-filled sacs. It's not cancerous lesions.
No, he has a thing. They really, truthfully, don't know. The pulmonologist says that it could be caused from his reflux.
Yeah, it's not because we smoked hardcore. It's not
no, never. He never did.
correct. Yeah, I'm like, because my last person died of a smoking issue, and okay, hang on. It's pockets of fluid. It's like little pockets of fluid, but is he 60, 65, 66? How old is he?
He's 66. Yeah,
Awesome sauce. Hang on.
he'll be 67 in January.
Perfect. Okay, who has a birthday in October?
My nephew.
Okay, hang on real quick. Hang on. So he's okay. So also, James is talking about his birthday's not till next year, correct?
James, my nephew.
Your brother.
Oh, his is June 23rd.
Okay, perfect. Okay, because I'm asking him I'm like, well, why are you bringing this up? He's like, oh, well, mine's not till next year. I'm talking about him, and I'm like, okay, can you just chill?
Yeah, James his son just turned 18.
Did he really? Oh, that's just stuff. Okay, cool. Okay, that's right. Is it around the middle of October too?
29.
Okay, hang on. Does he already have a girlfriend right now?
Yes, he does. That was really hard between James and I. Yes.
Okay.
But now it's cool. Everything's good.
Okay. Cool. God, there's a lot of tension between you guys for that. Hang on.
There's a lot of tension between Joseph and I because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on. I don't know why. Please don't let him ruin his life.
I know.
Okay, cool. Okay. Why is she's like he says, oh, she's like a succubus. Is she like, okay, cool. And I don't know a whole lot about succubuses. All I know is it deals with like bringing people down and like sucking their soul out. That's what it feels like. Hold on. Why does she come from a shit family as well?
She does.
Perfect. Because he's talking about having like her bringing him down and then him trying to like bring her in. Like, this is mine. This is it.
Yes. He wants to love and protect. Yes.
Correct. He's even talking about like bringing her into like the house, like bringing her in, like making sure he's fine. And you're like, no, fuck, please, mom, don't do it.
Yeah,
don't do it, because it's gonna be the downfall of him. He's so fucking brilliant. He's gonna see it later on.
Exactly.
It's gonna be for like another year and a half, though, dude. You're gonna have a long time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Cool. Hang on. Do you have a third sibling with you? I mean, did you? Or is there a third? Not just you and him? Is there a third one?
Oh, no, there were 6 of us together.
Okay, because he's talking about multiple people around you. Multiple people hanging out with y'all. Hang on. She says, who's the other female that's level-headed like you? You're the most level-headed. And who's the other female?
My sister, Debbie.
Cool. Okay. Hang on. She has kids?
She does.
Okay, so she has
3 girls, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Hang on. They're all older now, though, correct? They're all older now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I'm asking, I'm like, well, where are they at? Did they play with her kids? Did they play with your kids? He's like,
oh, no, they're adults, and they live in Florida, Tennessee.
They have kids of their own. I said, okay, fine. Hang on. One's on their second marriage. Has one been divorced already and on their second marriage?
Her husband died.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, hang on. Did he die in a tragic accident?
He died of melanoma, the skin cancer.
Okay, cool. Because he's talking about died tragically.
Oh, it was tragic, yeah. He was such a good guy.
Yeah, he said she watched him decay. Hang on. Do they have a son as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So watching him pass. Hang on. I'm so sorry. Sorry. This is called like going down the line.
Yeah.
And feeling the flow and moving forward. Hang on. They've been married, but they should have been married a lot longer. They were really, really cool.
Yeah.
He says, please reach out to me. Can you tell her about that? Hold on. Was their anniversary supposed to be coming up? Do you know about that?
I don't know.
Can you find out and let me know? Maybe inconspicuously.
I think wait a minute. Cherie's their anniversary. She posts things on Facebook, and I don't do Facebook a lot.
I know,
but yeah, like 2 months ago was their anniversary. It would have been their whatever anniversary.
Yeah, it's a big thing because he's talking about. It's not like 6 months from now or like 9 months before. It's close.
Yeah, it was not. It was like last month before.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Oh my God, hang on. I'm trying to like move it back over here. It's like you get stuck on them and they start talking about it and you have to be like, oh, no. Hang on, let me close you off. I love you though. We'll be back. Yes. It's like trying to close the curtain on a performer. Hang on. Oh. Were you really close to your grandfather?
No.
Why is he talking about being around you, being with you, being around you, being with you?
We never grew up around family at all.
Okay. Hang on. Why does everybody have an addiction problem to some sort? Fuck.
It always scared the hell out of me, so I don't know.
And he's talking about drinking like all the way through, like because he's talking about that. And he's talking about being a big prominent force in your life, whoever this older.
My grandfather died of like cirrhosis of the liver, Mom said. Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. But he's talking about being a big hardcore part of your life, like watching you, making sure you're doing okay. Like you feel like this presence of like, okay, this is not cool. I need to change this. Like that's what he is. He's this big, intense feeling. Hang on. Wow. Hold on. Let me get back to James real quick. Did James not like his middle name?
Okay, James had like 2 middle names. because of the way when my mother left Illinois, she went to California. Okay, she met my two sisters, Jen and Jamie's father, and his name was James Thomas.
Okay.
And when she split up from him, my father is James Arnell. So when James was born, his name was James Charles Arnell Thomas.
Oh my God.
He dropped Thomas to take the Arnell name.
Okay, because he's talking to me, he's like, I hated it. It's so confusing. I hated it. Okay, I'm like, what are you talking about with this? Okay, that's weird. I've never had that before. That's interesting. Hang on. Do y'all have anybody related to Canada?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, hang on. I know that's random. That's why I'm like, he's talking about, he shows Illinois and he shows north. And I'm like, you can't get any more north than Canada, like from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's attacked.
I don't know.
Hang on. We go all the way back. So your family's been in the U.S. for a very long time.
Yes.
He says, oh no, we go all the way back. Hang on. He goes, do y'all have, no, I'm not even going to go there. Hang on. He is, had you been taken care of? Now we're moving all the way back. It's like we have a time warp, like all the way back years. Had you been taking care of them and sending them money, the kids?
What kids?
Had you been taking care of his kids beforehand?
Oh yeah, I always took care of them whenever. I mean, he was in the next town, and I always made sure that they had the kids what they needed.
Yeah, he's talking about school, and I'm like, okay, hang on. That's what I'm like. He's showing me like sending money, being there, like by way through. Hang on. He says, and when she got them, she knew it was finally theirs. Okay, so it went all the way through. Like you literally got legal court custody and everything from them, correct?
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about going through that.
I could have gone and adopted them, but I did not want to take their father's name from them.
Correct.
I wanted them to be separate from
you.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Because he's talking about you got court custody. It's not like you. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. He says, and she makes sure that they know me. So make sure that they know him.
Yes, his pictures are all over. I mean, the younger ones wouldn't because they were 2 and 3, but I always put both of their pictures, his and Megan's, around the house so that they know, and at least know it that way. And I never talk bad about her, no matter what I think about her.
I'm so sorry. We're going to get in the middle. He says, I'm so sorry.
No, because see, they blessed my life too. There's,
I know.
I mean, if it could have been a different way, that would have been awesome. But as much as I am in their life and helping them, they are in my life helping me.
They are always, all the time. He talks about how, I mean, he's been doing all this shit for a long time, though. He talks about, like you're talking about the youngest one, he talks about being able to hold them and feel them and see them, but he's talking about being very, like, absent-minded at that point. Like, he sees them, but he doesn't see them, like there's a point of sobriety versus you're there versus you're not. And he's talking about how he goes, I just lived on like I had forever. He goes, but forever didn't happen. He goes, did he die on a couch?
Yes, he did.
Cool, because he says I died on a grungy couch.
And it was. Yes, that's
really.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Oh my God. Sorry, that was intense for a second. Hold on. Kids all around me. Was there kids all around him? Who were the kids?
Yeah, the kids, all but the oldest girl she was at school because she was 6.
Okay.
But no, the boy, they watched everything.
Okay.
Except the little ones just don't remember. But James remembers everything.
You said there were kids all around me. I know we talked about the male, but around. But he said there were kids. Hang on. He says, I thank my sister for everything she did. Hang on. Jesus. Okay, so this is going to be a session for only me and you. Please don't share this any other place too. He says, I know. Are you? He says, I know you're like your marriage. He's your best friend. Like you feel like you have to be there for him. Like if you leave him, like that's your buddy, like that's your partner you have to stick up for. I mean, you may not always like what he does, so the husband, or how he feels or how grumpy he is, but that's somebody that you would go to war for. Like that's
my family, no matter what.
That's what he's talking about. Talking about I'm like, he's like, well, she's not 110% happy, but she loves him and she's there, and she's like, that's the person she would back up. Like that's the person she would back up all the way. He says he gave his life for her and goes, she's gonna give her life for him. Y'all are soul bonded, dude. Y'all are soul bonded.
I don't know. There's so much happening between him and I that it's broken.
I know, but there's how do you and I do this a lot. I'm all a fan of like, get a divorce, move forward. Who the fuck cares? Like whatever it is. I mean, I'm in that. He feels very young. He feels like a young soul. He feels like he's taking pity upon himself all the time. Anything that happens, we're very knowledgeable, we're very smart, but we take pity upon ourselves. Oh, I'm just going to wallow in my own sorrow. Even though he doesn't say it, it's a feeling, it's a vibe. Mm-hmm. You're a person that if shit happened to you, you would say, all right, we're going to figure it out and we're going to move on and we're going to figure out how to get out of it. You're not going to be a person that's going to wallow in your own bullshit.
Oh, no.
No, not at all. And so that's the difference. He was there to support you. He was very grumpy. He does damper your hospitality and like your positivity. Like I almost feel like you try to find peace and meditation and everything like that. And it gets dampered by him. So you have to go along with this more box worthy, okay, I'm going to go pray. I'm going to go this. Prayer and meditation are the exact same thing. You're focusing on a single point for a common good, for a better goal. And, it happens or it doesn't. But I don't feel like husband's going to be around for like over 8 years. I don't feel like it's going to be that long. Because we go through and there's 5 years. Yes, we're here. It doesn't feel great. But then we go to 10 years. Sorry, I don't like to go out that far. But it dampers off right before that. But I still feel like you guys are connected together. Hang on. Do you have any questions about that right now?
Well, I mean, that's part of my, what's going to happen in my future. I mean, we are going through a horrible, and I feel in my heart it's just ended.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we promised, when my mother was dying, I promised her that I would take care of the grandbabies no matter what.
Correct.
And the promise was that we would make sure that they graduated and started their lives.
Correct.
And after that, then I don't see me with him that much.
I don't either. And that's where that cutoff comes to point. But It's not because y'all get a divorce fully. It's because,
right.
Okay.
Yes. See,
I know.
It's just
feel it. You freaking feel it. You feel it too, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. But he, you can't go and try to talk to him about it because he's going to cut you off.
Oh, always. Yeah.
You can't
And
go
see,
and
that's
try
what it's come to. It's slowly worked that way. And not, I mean, see, I would have died for him.
no, but you didn't
Or
need to because
anybody. I mean, my family automatically.
I know.
Jim. I mean, I fight Jim to fight to save him, and so much I have fought Joseph to save him, and it's just been so bad.
I know. He
And
is.
nothing physical, nothing but a lot of emotions.
It is. It's emotional frustration, like manipulative. It's not even manipulative. It's just like, oh yeah, I don't fucking care, like that. And you're like, but I'm giving you 110%. You are going to be a key player in his demise. Not saying that you're going to kill him, but you are going to be a key player in making sure he has a comfortable passing. And at that point, whenever that happens, you will move on. You'll move forward. You'll be by yourself. But this is part of his ending statement, his ending role. I mean, he isn't going to go on for another 15 years. He isn't going to go on for another 10 years. And so, but I also don't want you to sit here and feel like it's your job to take care of him. But I mean, you guys are really soul binded. You're the person that makes sure that everything's fine. He was the person that made sure everything was financially and stable. And now he's just grumpy. And so you're having to take care of him and he doesn't even know. And you're going to have to be the person that's like, shh, it's okay. It's okay. Go. That's what you're going to be.
Yes.
And at the very end of all of it, you're going to feel so fulfilled because you helped him move forward when you thought you couldn't. So hang in there for a little bit longer. Like I said, I'm a fan of saying move on, get a divorce, move forward. But the web that you have weaved, that everybody has weaved, if you move one string, it fucks everything else up.
Yes.
Correct. And then it will even fuck up how you feel, how you perceive. I don't want you to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to have to be cleaning out that house that you're in. I feel like you're going to have to move to a different area. I feel like you're going to feel very alone for a little bit. I feel like you are going to feel very vulnerable. I feel like it's going to be a whole different side of you. And just, we don't need to think about that right now. Just know that where you're at, the frustration you're feeling is real. The non-closeness that you're feeling is real. And I know at the end you're going to be questioning how close you were with him, but you were very close enough to where he kept you in your inner circle and you wanted to keep him in yours as well.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just because we don't sit there and watch movies all the time and shoot the shit and say, I love you, you're so fucking hot, doesn't mean we don't care about somebody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And your brother is so, he said that's what she wanted. Oh my God. How long have y'all been married for?
18 years.
Okay. Because he's laughing. He's like, that's what you wanted. I'm like, oh my God, well, you shut the fuck up, James. Like, be quiet about it. Hang on. Is he older than you? No?
Joseph?
No, your husband.
Yeah, he's 11 years older than me, yes.
Okay, cool. Wait, is his name Joseph?
Huh?
Is your husband's name Joseph?
Yes.
That's why my dad keeps coming up. Okay. My dad keeps showing his head over and over again. So my dad's name is Joseph.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you keep, I'm like, you have nothing to do with him. Like, he didn't die of like, pulmonary cancer. Like, that's not a thing. And he keeps showing me and I'm like, this is a fucking sign. I know it is. Like, keeps popping up over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. Can you, okay, don't let the girl move in, please. Hang on. Does somebody, who's moving to another state?
My niece just moved to another state. She
Perfect.
went to meet her mother. which is totally not a good thing. We want her
Okay, plus, he goes, well, that's a piece of work.
Yeah. Well, see, she still lives with her mother, and her her mom and dad, and they're alcoholics. And she's still doing the same old thing. So it just keeps, growing. It's like, yeah. And I know I have to give her space, but there's also a part of me that wants to just yank her butt right back here.
You can't. If you yank her butt right back there, she's going to get even deeper and deeper and deeper.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Give it. It's going to be, I love you because you are the keeper and you're the savior of all. That's your job.
Yes.
That's your job on your deathbed. You're not going to be a person that's like dying peacefully. You're going to be a person that as you're passing into who we are now, like who I communicate with, you're going to be being like, okay, are they fine? They're fine. Why are they upset? Why are they mad? Oh my God, please don't let them be mad about me. Like those are going to be the thoughts that are rushing through your head. And I'm like, dude, just chill. You did a great job. Just breathe, dude. Breathe.
It's what I do.
You are. And you're going to have a really good, I mean, you don't go till you're like 86. Like you're a long time.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Okay. So you have a while. And
Good.
it's going to be really, really, it'll be really nice for you. Okay. Yeah. It's nothing crazy. It's very much on your own accord. You are in the hospital. You do slowly go.
Good.
But it'll be beautiful. Okay.
Good. Yeah.
And so with that, I'm sorry, I don't like to really go into that, but I had to because I want you to know that your life is not in vain. I want you to know that what you're doing and everything that you've done, it's not for nothing.
Oh, I choose. And that's what I choose.
Okay.
This is me. I've always been that way. I've always helped and taken care of everybody. And it fills the soul.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not, people say, oh, Joy, you're going to have, these rubies and jewels in your crown and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, not for this. This is not what I do this for. I do this. It fills me.
Correct. You're not going to get rich off of it.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be, who the fuck cares? My oldest sister is the CEO of Kelsey Siebel, which is one of the largest hospital chains. And she lives by herself with her 2 dogs, and she's had 4 divorces, and she is the saddest. And so I can tell you that money does not buy happiness.
No.
But I can tell you that
don't do it. I can live on the street and still take care of people. So
correct.
It doesn't matter to me. That part doesn't even.
Correct. And so what you're doing right now, you are going to have a rest well deserved, my friend.
Yes.
I can tell you that you're going to do a good job and it's going to be good, but stop fucking worrying about people. I mean, you're going to all the way. That's very goddamn in, but like, just chill, Brother is fine. Wait on husband. You are karmatic partners. It is back and forth. You are going to have to help him. He is an asshole right now, but you are going to have to help him through the end of it. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody else is really going to help him through the end of it.
Yeah,
dude.
I know that. He has made an enemy of everybody, and not really enemy. He's
pushed everybody away.
He has pushed them away, and I have to bring them back.
I know you don't have to.
But see, I try to with the boys because boys growing up, they need a man, and so I try to hey, this is why he's done this, or I try to make it not that, so that they don't grow up and think, oh no, this is okay, this is how you act.
Correct.
They couldn't. That's why they don't know about their father, because this is not how you act.
Correct.
Your father made a choice. Uncle Joe makes a choice.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So.
And just give the next 2 years to the kids. Don't give it to anything else. Just breathe. You have your hands in many different pots.
Yes.
I know you do, because you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just bring them back. Focus on 2, and the next 8 years, then that will move forward. And then you will be on, and you will be the own creator of your own world for the next 18 years. And then
I can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. So with that being said, do you have any questions for me right now?
Not really. I
Okay.
just,
Okay.
yeah. Easy.
So perfect. Well, with all of that, have a good breather.
Oh yeah.
Have a good cry if you can. Okay. I know you're very functional, but please like have a good like moment to breathe. If you have any questions or if you need me again, please let me know.
Okay.
Email me, message me. If you get a weird dream tonight, email me. I'll get back to you in the morning. I wake up at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time and I go to bed at 11. So please,
Okay.
I am there all the time. But take a few minutes, tell them thank you. Your last quarter is going to be really cool. Just enjoy it. Okay.
I will. And you'll hear from me. You'll hear from me.
Okay, Joy. Just email me. Let me know. I'll get you in. Okay.
Yes, I love you, Aim.
I love you, babe. Mwah.
Okay.